Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Let's take a look at some trade setups we had in the ES today. The ES futures was a pretty wild day today. We had some economic data released this morning. That was right here at 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. Had a nice strong push to the upside. Most of this was actually due to Jerome Powell speaking. The Fed chairman was speaking today, and he really made things go nuts. And you could see he was talking about not worrying about inflation, and the markets just took off like a rocket. And then he made other comments, and you can see we're just jumping all over the place. Big, giant swings. Look at all these swings. Just some really huge swings all through the morning. And then we came into the afternoon session and we actually had a fairly decent setup. Uh, the ES had changed direction, changed trend. We came down here. You can see we had a higher high here. We put in a lower low right here. We broke the previous pivot low. So that broke the uptrend. Then we pulled back and we put in a lower high. So now we have a lower low and a lower high, which gives us an established downtrend. We broke through the cloud. This is one of our favorite continuation setups. Broke through the cloud, pulled back into the moving averages, set up the wick out of the cloud. Nice momentum reset. Most of our averages were in alignment. Not perfect alignment, but pretty good. Price wicking out of the cloud, below the smooth 50 and below all the moving averages. Weren't 100% in alignment yet. The 18 was under the 34, but 34 was crossing the 50. Hadn't crossed it yet, but decent setup. Again, we like these where it breaks the cloud, pulls back into the moving averages, and then wicks it back in our direction. Had a nice push down here. If you're using Trender Pro 2.0 to manage your trades, the trail stop had you out on this bar. Wick off the 18 to the downside on this. And again, if you're using Trender Pro to manage your trades, you would have got one target off and then you would have kept your runner running. This is what we call a trail stop failure right here. Trail stop bar triggered, but then the next bar didn't close up. Instead, the next bar closed down, and often, not always, but often these trail stop failures actually lead to a nice continuation in the direction that we were trading. So we would have moved our stop to where we were trailing the pivot. We pulled down, again, Trender Pro 2.0, not taking us out of the trade till right here. We got stopped out right there. Trail stop bar, the next bar did close to the upside. Would have got stopped out there. But then we made another really nice momentum reset right here. Wasn't perfect. I mean, it's not a zero touch, but close enough. But it was a nice momentum reset right there. Set up the wick off the 34 and off the 18 with another Trender Pro 2.0 entry signal, and then made another really nice push to the downside. So a decent setup. Of all times during lunch too. Typically during lunch, we get a lot of choppy action, and we're not usually looking to take trades this time of day. However, with Powell speaking, the markets were just crazy, and we had some really nice setups. These were all good, valid setups right here. If you happen to get stopped out here, you weren't re-entering. See, no momentum reset here at all. So neither one of these would be valid trades. However, again, if you're using Trender Pro 2.0, you weren't out anyways till here. But then we did get a nice momentum reset on this wick off the 34 for another really good push to the downside.